What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric, and welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, Kick. I'm going to say it again. I don't know why we go live in Kick. I think it's a fake platform. Nobody goes to Kick except us. It's like Kick is laughing at us every week when we go live and go, these idiots are live here again. Thanks for bringing in there, Todd. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the Kick run. But if you cannot catch us live, you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. But before we go any further, let me say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. He likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain. He's not really into yoga, and he has half a brain. He likes making love at midnight and the dunes on the Cape. He's the love that you're looking for, ladies. Write to him and escape. Hit it, Todd.
In bed, and in the personal columns, there was this letter I read. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you have half a brain, if you like making...
What is going on, man? How are you doing tonight?
Hi diddly ho diddly.
Do you like pina coladas?
Of course.
Do you like
Rupert Holmes?
Getting caught in the rain? Oh, Rupert Holmes is amazing.
Right?
I can't believe
the audience probably doesn't even know who the hell Rupert Holmes is.
I was like, Todd, grab this song. I didn't even tell Todd why. I'm just like, Todd, just grab this song for me. And you're like, well, whose song should I get? Like, which version? And I'm like, there is only one version if you like pina coladas, and that is by the classic Rupert Holmes, 1979. 79, Todd.
I wasn't even around in 1979.
God, get out of here. You were 20 years old in 1979. You're not fooling anybody, old man. Oh man,
I tried.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think that half the chat doesn't know that song? That song's famous now by Guardians of the Galaxy. They made it famous.
For sure. The Guardians of the Galaxy definitely made it. I don't think they know who Rupert Holmes is. But
I guarantee you right now, GC13, the Diet Pepsi Game Cat, Tiffany in the chat, she knows who Rupert Holmes is. She's probably got that song somewhere in her memory. I guarantee it. Guaranteed.
You're probably right.
It's a good one, man. I absolutely love that song, man. It's so good. And I love the Guardians of the Galaxy brought it back. I love it. I love all their soundtracks.
So many songs they brought back. Yeah,
I know.
Love it.
It's classic. But what's going on, man? How's your week going?
Busy. But I say that every week. But
you do say that every week. Was there a week when you're not busy?
So, no, there's never a week that I'm not. I was on holidays last week, so that I was not busy. It was great.
Yeah, you were on holidays. You hung out with Skiva and Alex over there in Phoenix. That was cool.
I did. Yeah, it was awesome. I went out for some Hawaiian food, and then we did an escape room with my kids.
I mean, you went to Phoenix and had Hawaiian food.
I don't know. Restaurant was called Hula. It served Hawaiian stuff.
Okay, all right.
It was really good food, though, man.
Hey, that's fine. That's cool.
It was fucking amazing.
Oh man, let's do this. We have some guests tonight. We have some amazing guests to talk about an awesome game that actually dropped in the Quest store today, and they're kind of waiting in the wings. So let's. I'm gonna get to them and start talking to them. I want to see if they know that song. I want to see if that's even a song that they would even think about. But we'll ask them in a minute. Let's talk to the chat real quick and say hello to Air Force One is here early. What is going on? How are you doing? Let's see who else we got. Arlen Carter is here. Echo into the Future VR is here. Q Creator here as always, going to be taking care of our timestamps later. What was up, Q? How you doing, man? Philozix is here. Ryan B. We have Todd, Q2C VR Gamer. Mr. Tasselhoff is here. What is up, dude? As we said before, the before mentioned GC13, the Diet Pepsi Game Cat. What is up, Tiff? How are you doing? Destiny 11, Michelle B. We have Katya in VR. What is up, Katya? How are you doing? One of our awesome team members at Impact Reality coming by to say hi. Let's see, who else do we have? The Handy Capable Gamer, VR Spry Guy is here. Happy birthday, Spry. Who else? Techno Glitch is here.
Psycho Bueller.
Psycho Bueller. That is an awesome
I don't know
name.
who that is, but that name is awesome.
Is that like a Ferris Bueller thing? Like Psycho Bueller? I don't know.
What happens
cool,
when Ferris gets old?
Yeah, hell yeah. I like it.
Psycho Bueller.
Who else do we got here? Substatic is here. Destiny 11. I think I might have said already. Let's see. Who else? Gabriel 004. Looper, the Underground Game Cat says, yo, what's up, Looper? How you doing? Assassin 32 VR. What's shaking, everybody? What is up, dude? How you doing? Good to see you back. Haven't seen you in a little while. Kubo 92. I am Dickel. Rattlehead 9026. Fourth Wall Breaker is here. Chi Town D. Guys, audio is out of sync for me. Oh, I don't know. Is the audio out of sync?
I don't
Could
know.
be.
Not for me. Maybe.
Dunno.
Could be an internet thing.
Yeah, it might be an internet
Ustream
thing.
I don't know.
We'll see. But Dee is going to join us in a little bit, guys. She can't be here immediately for the show, but hopefully she'll be here within like an hour or so. Let's see. Who else do we have? Alakazam is here. Alex VR is here. What is up, Alex? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. I think I just said Alakazam. Brandon VR.
You missed one.
Who did I miss? Orland Hooper's Jack, yo. Oh, how did I miss Orland Hooper, man? That's terrible. And then we have I Am Dickel coming in right at the end. Audio is a delay. Sorry about that. And we have GC13, the Diet Pepsi Game Cat, says nothing like posting a membership chat to make the rest of the chat boo. Lovely to see awesome VR folks living it up here. What is going on? Thank you, everybody. Technical Glitch says it's bad. I don't know. There's nothing we can really do about it. Is it something with your internet? And then Gamertag jumps in late here. What's up, man?
GT's in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a restream thing. I don't know if they've had any issues. I haven't seen any emails or notifications from them, but I can't fix the lag.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. There's nothing we can fix. Everything looks green on our end. So yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It might be YouTube. Is it maybe just YouTube? I'm not sure.
It could be YouTube. Yeah.
Getting things done jumps in at the end here. But cool. Let's do this. I want to bring in two people that I've known actually for quite a while. I've been able to meet them out at some events over the last, I think, 2 years now, maybe even
Probably,
a little bit more. But let's bring them in here. These are some of my friends from the amazing VR Monkey. We have Pedro Cat and Rafael Camargo. How you doing, guys? Welcome into Q2C.
Hey, Todd. Great to be here.
Hey, great to be here, man.
Yeah, awesome, man. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. I cannot believe we haven't done this until now. I blame Todd completely. I wanted to bring you guys on a long time ago. Todd's like, I'm not feeling it. I'm like, come on, Todd. These guys are amazing.
It's not the right time. It's not the right time.
I always blame Todd. But yeah, I'll introduce Pedro Kayat. You are the co-founder, and CEO of VR Monkey, and Rafael Camargo. You are the partner and game director at VR Monkey. So welcome in, guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure to be here. And yeah, in fact, it's been a long time since we met. And I don't know, man, every time, like, I think since the first time that we met, it feels like we know each other for longer than, in fact, we have a very good sync. It's so good. Amazing.
I agree 100%. I couldn't say that any better. It's such a cool thing, man. And going to these events, meeting people, seeing people live, being able to like shake hands. I think we met right after, like, I think it was probably right after, the COVID thing kind of wrapped up and we were starting to go out and do events again. That's, I think, when we met for the first time, and it was just such a cool thing. And you guys do go to a lot of events, which is great because you have to be seen, and especially in doing what you do, which we'll get into a little bit later. Like you touch so many different games and things that you have to go out to these things. You have to meet people. You have to say hi to people. But before we go into all that, though, I want to let everybody kind of know, number one, you guys had just want to say congratulations. You guys had an amazing game drop on the MetaQuest store today in Sky Climb, and it's been a huge success. Everybody's talking about it already. So I want to say that and get to say congratulations. But I want to give you guys each a chance just to say hi to the chat here. There's a lot of people here that may not know you. They're going to know who you are as soon as we start going through some of the games that you guys have worked on. But individually, they may not know you. So Pedro, why don't you go first? Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and then like how you kind of got into gaming and where, and kind of how you get yourself into VR, along your way.
Thanks, man. Well, welcome everyone. How you guys doing? I'm a computer engineer. I basically always wanted to work with games, but as you can probably get from the accent, I'm from Brazil. And in Brazil, the gaming industry it's just starting basically. So we still don't have the same structure that we have all around the world in US and other countries. But I took that for a mission in my life to work with games, and I went to the college to work with games. And when I was, I think, around 15 years ago, I got the chance to make a double degree program in Italy. So I went to Milan and I kind of did my master's there. Instead of taking 2 years to do it, I made it in a year. I studied
Wow.
the hell out to make that. And then
That's
the
awesome.
second year, I got to work in the industry. So that was my first real job in the industry of gaming. And I was working a small studio in PlayStation 3 games and Wii games. It was kind of scary, but amazing experience. Then I came back and I started working in like games for mobile, but before smartphones. So it was crazy, man. It was like before smartphones, feature phones, like Java games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And one friend left the company and he asked me, "Hey, man, don't you want to come to this startup? We are starting to do smartphone games." I say, "Yeah, why not? It looks like better than doing like games for like I remember working Call of Duty, but Call of Duty Black Ops for like
Yeah.
Wow.
really
Black
dumb
Ops
phones, like
4.
feature phones. Yes.
Wow. That's crazy.
Black Ops 4
You
for
can see that
mobile though,
I
yeah.
have some experience over
Yeah.
my head already. And it it was a
Yeah,
great
Todd
time. I
knows.
went to
Todd's got a
this.
lot of that experience too. Todd, show him all your experience on your head.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got lots of
He's got the
experience.
same experience as you.
We have shining minds.
That's right.
Exactly.
For sure. And when I was in that company, we had great success. It was in fact one of the starts of the Brazilian gaming industry was with the smartphones because there were no competition. Very small guys started to become big, and I was in a company that did very nice games. But I would say that the direction of the company was more regarding going for the ad revenue than really doing the games.
Right.
So they closed the studio, and when they closed the studio, I said, I think I get the knack of that, so maybe I should start my own company. And so I did it. I founded Naked Monkey Games. And the
Naked
Awesome.
funny thing is
Naked
monkey
that,
monkey.
games.
yeah, the monkey was naked for around 2 years, and then we realized, okay, maybe my wife, that is also my partner, and in fact my boss, of course, because I will not boss her around anywhere.
Because you're a smart man, right?
Yeah.
And she bought the Oculus Rift, the first developer kit, like the first
That's
one.
awesome.
When I tried that with this uh, shit device for nowadays standard, it was like it was so bad, but at the time was so great. Like I
Right.
tried that stuff and I said, you know, maybe we shouldn't do mobile games anymore. Maybe we should do VR. And then we went ahead and just pivot the company to VR Monkey. Now the monkey is not naked anymore. He's
He put his VR
wearing a
wearing
headset
a
on.
VR headset.
Yeah.
And that's basically a little bit of my story. Like I just got in love with VR at that point, and I have been in love with games forever. Like I didn't play too much console game, to be honest. I was more a PC gamer, so that makes a little bit of me a little strange guy between gamers. But still, I had very good time.
I
Oh,
love it, man.
in fact, at some point, I was almost a professional Counter-Strike gamer. Like
No way, really.
I did had sponsorship. Yeah, I,
Wow.
when it was the 1.5 version of Counter Strike, we used to have some like small championships here in Brazil, and I was one of the guys playing that.
That
I
is
love it.
awesome. I love it. Yeah, Todd could probably almost be a Call of Duty, professional player.
Maybe. It's kind of a passion of mine. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty good.
He thinks he's good. He's not.
Amazing.
It's very rare that I'm not the first person on the top of the list every single game. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love that game so much.
Well, awesome. Thanks, Pedro. I love the path, man. I love your story. I love that you decided to pivot and go into VR. It's a courageous thing to do. It really is, because VR is hard. It's not easy. There's easier paths in gaming if you want to take them, and the challenging but more rewarding one is VR. And Rafael, I'm sure you have a similar story, but I would love to hear it. Yeah, if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, it's similar but quite different. Like times fly. We know each other for 2 years. I know Pedro for 17 years.
No way. Wow. That's awesome.
I didn't know that.
We met each other while doing masters in Italy, but he does real engineering things. He knows about tech and computers. I'm more industrial engineer. It's not so much about tech things. It's about organizing. So I'm a kind of fake engineer, and I started my career in financial business because I really don't like computers. Like the computer guy, yeah, no, I have to update the things, and I said, oh no, I don't want this to my life. I started working. It's it. You can have regrets. And I started working in the financial business for almost 10 years. And I was around 2019. I was looking for a tech company or some tech business that I could join. And I was looking for 3D printing. I love 3D print. It's something
Nice.
like a hobby of mine. But I thought that technology was not there. It was too much for a hobbyist. You need to just a week just to set the printer. And I decided to talk to Pedro. That was my smart friend from the industry, for tech industry.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Small
yeah.
tokens for
I
they're
love it.
printed for Pedro. And I said, man, yeah, I want to show 3D things I printed. And he said, I'm going to show you VR. Do you know VR? So no, I kind of know what happening is, but never use it. And I was so lucky because it was like 2 months after the launch of Quest 1. And I just used it and said, man, it's ready. It's there. It's like a console you can go and play. It's easy for people that don't like computers. You don't have any cables to install a lot of things. And that was when I decided to join. I said, I find the tech company I was looking for. I want to work with you, man. But when I started at the company, as I didn't know about developing or programming, I started more in the industrial training as a manager and sales force for the industrial training, a new industry, and how to talk to corporates. And we did some projects with oil and gas and mining and some big companies. But we always wanted to work exclusively on games. Like we did a lot of projects, and around 2022 we thought that was the moment.
Mhm.
I said the company is ready, but I'm not. I didn't know how to. I didn't know how to code or do things. So I said, okay, I will understand how to develop a game, and I start to prototype a game myself. And I prototyped Skyclimb. It
Oh,
was
nice. That was your baby.
yes, it's kind. I like to share the baby. It's a baby from PR Monkey.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, that's cool.
I did the first moments of the game. It was something like I don't like computers, but I'm a gamer my whole life.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think I have memories of being 2 years old and playing games with my father. And I said, man, it's too early to have memories like this, but I think I do. It's and I compliment Pedro because I was always a console player. I don't have patience for computers. And I played a lot of VR games, and I love climbing mechanics because it's so immersive. Like you forget where you are, and suddenly you are jumping and you hit the ceiling
Yep.
because you forget that it's just a game. You're in your house. And I said, I want to do something with this. I'm not sure what. And when I finished the gaming, like I was following a tutorial about how to make a climbing game. I didn't know how to work with the gravity, and for an accident, the gravity was very low. And I said, but I felt like it's amazing. I said, if I
Right?
was planning, I wouldn't plan for that. So that was the inception of the sky climb idea. I said it's really good to be on climbing mechanics with low gravity. Said, can I make it a game? No, I wasn't sure. Like I said, let me take a couple of months and see if I can make some levels and try to make it fun. Like actually, you have a goal and you have to do something. And when was almost, I started on May. When was August? I said maybe it's good. I had like 10 levels. It was ready to show to Kayla and Pedro, and said, guys, what do you think? But after 17 years, like people like they love me. They would give I said, no,
Right?
it's very
They're gonna
good.
let you
Oh,
do it. Yeah,
it's
for
your
sure.
first prototype. It's so nice. It's, I'm not sure if I'm going to believe them, but they played until the battery of the press goes flat. So
Nice. That's
I
always a good
said, this
sign
is
when you
different.
when you can
Yeah.
play when you can play to the battery dies, that's a good sign that you have a hook. You have something there, which that is great. And yeah, and Sky Climb is awesome. I want to jump into Sky Climb in a minute because it is such a different game. It's different than anything that you kind of will see out there right now. It's got a couple of different elements of games that you may understand or know, but as its whole, it is quite different. But I want to talk about VR Monkey as a whole, just because we talked earlier about people might not know the two of you directly, but they know the games that VR Monkey works on. They just might not know that they know those games. So let me go through the list. And guys, listen in the chat. Listen to the games that I'm going to tell you that VR Monkey has worked on. I'm not even going to get to the games that you guys have just worked on directly and made your own. I'm going to talk about some of these games that you've worked on to help port to other platforms. You guys have worked on Vampire the Masquerade Justice for fast travel games. You worked on Wraith the Oblivion Afterlife for fast travel games.
One of my
You
favorite horror movie or horror games.
absolutely, I
Scared the
love it.
crap out of me. Yeah, love that one.
You guys worked on Knock. You worked on Dyschronia. You worked on Ruins Magus. You worked on Yuki, one of my favorite games. Another Brazilian company, by the way, and Arvory, which are
Mhm.
really good friends of ours too, which is amazing. You guys worked on Gadgeteer. You worked on, Windlands 2 for John Hibbins, who's one of my favorite people in the world.
Yep.
Tarzan VR, Synth Riders you worked on, End Space, The Exorcist Legion VR, Rico's Fragments you worked on, which is a classic.
That's old school.
Yeah, Virtuoso, one of my also one of my favorite games, Down the Rabbit Hole. These are all games that you guys have worked on, and then you've got some games that you've got full production on, like Ricochet, which I've actually never played. You got to tell me a little bit about Ricochet. And Apocalypse Rider. I love Apocalypse Rider. We covered me and Wes and Roots covered Apocalypse Rider on Virtual Strangers. We all three of us love that game. That game is a lot of fun. If you guys have not played it, go check out Apocalypse Rider. But you also worked on Viking Days. You made that on your own. It probably a lot of people don't know this. Drunken Bar Fight is you guys.
Yeah.
Drunken Bar Fight is originally made by you guys. And then again, one of my favorite games that I want to talk about a little bit about later too, Galaxy Karts is your game, Galaxy Kart, and then now Sky Climb. So that is an impressive resume of games, guys. Congratulations on all these games, but these are some of the best games out there. But yeah, I mean, tell us how it feels a little bit about working with all these amazing companies and working on all these awesome games.
Oh, in fact, it's a funny story because when we moved to VR, we were not certain that we would be able to work with games. In fact, our dev director, Paulo, at the time he was an intern, and I told him maybe we will not work with games, and he left the company to do his own game because we said, not very, he wasn't sure about it.
Mhm.
But then we got we got into a Samsung program, and they gave us some money to try it out to make a game for Gear VR. So it was that time, like 2016, and we made the rabbit hole. That's not down the rabbit hole. but it's
The
the
rabbit
rabbit
hole.
hole.
Yeah,
It's a different game. It's an escape room with Timmy and the Alice in Wonderland, and it was made for Gear VR. It was a crazy experience. And when we finished it, we said, "Man, wait, there's a market here. We can do games for VR because there were so few people doing games for VR that it was profitable. So we started to do more games, and we did uh, right after we did Apocalypse Rider,
yeah, I
who
love it.
was our second game.
It's like
Um,
Mad Max on a
we
bike, right?
Pretty much.
Yes,
Right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, there was a problem because using Gear VR, we had limited controls,
Right.
and we didn't know that Samsung had planned to have the motion controller.
Yep.
Because of that, we didn't use weapons. We wanted to do Road Rash VR in Mad Max, but
I got you.
we didn't know about the controller, so the game was not so well accepted because it was missing this. But it was a matter of time. Things were moving really fast at the time. And after Apocalypse Rider, we did Viking Days. Viking Days was like, okay, let's try to make a game that's a little bit between WarioWare and some several mini games that just show how mechanics in VR can be great. And we started to put these games on the PlayStation VR store. We were the first Brazilian company to bring a game to the PlayStation VR. And we realized the pain that was to do that. And we started to work right after that. We started to work also with Pico. So we started to do a lot of Pico portings for, I think it was Pico Goblin
Yeah,
2, maybe.
yeah.
Like not everyone knows these devices. We went to very strange devices, guys. You have no idea. And I remember it was 2019 when we met Keith from Drunken Bar Fight, and he came to us and, hey guys, you can do ports. And we said yes. To PSVR, we said yes. Oh, I need to put Drunken Bar Fight on PlayStation VR, and I don't know exactly how to do it because it looks like it can't handle it because it was a PC VR game at the time.
Right.
We said, well, we can do it. Then we started a relationship of 5 years with him because we started doing the port for PlayStation VR, but he liked it what we did, so he asked, hey, can you do it for Quest? Can you bring multiplayer to Quest? Can you? And we started to do code development. At some point we were like with a team of more than 10 people working just in Drunken Bar Fight to
Wow, that's
provide
crazy.
content updates every quarter. The game went well. Now it has I think 9 times the amount of content that used to have. We remade a lot of the things from the game, and we started to say, okay, maybe this is a business model. Like people has tons of issues to port a game to PlayStation VR. It is not easy,
No,
and we start to work
especially
with
if you're not
Tarzan
used to
VR.
it. Yeah, especially if you're not used to it. Like
No,
like if you've done 1 now and you've done 2 now, like you get almost become experts at doing it. Like, and you know the past, you know the things not to do. You know the things that you should do. You know that like you know all the pitfalls, so it's easier for you to avoid those things. So I can imagine it's got to be so much easier just to have you do something like that than have to start from scratch with a brand new team.
also the other matter is that like studios want to do new games, not to keep porting their own
Right.
games.
Yeah, that's true.
So we understand, okay, maybe we can earn some cash there so we can stop doing events. I remember that at some point we were renting our VR equipment to some events here in Brazil just to survive. And I think it was midday Friday, I came to the office and say, guys, I need everyone to go home because I'm gonna take all the computers and I'm gonna take all the computers from the studio to rent it for an event for the whole weekend. It was like
That's
that. Like,
crazy.
sorry guys, studio needs to stop. We need to earn some cash to pay everyone here. So and then going into the porting industry made us possible to just focus on gaming, like industrial training, as well as Rafael said. Like we used to work with oil, gas, safety. It was great because we knew that this is a job that was saving lives. So we still like try to support every time someone comes to us. We try to put them on the right direction to make it a good training. but at the same time, gaming is gaming, and everyone here
Mm.
is crazy about gaming. So it was at that point that we understood, like, and it was so good because every time we worked with someone from the industry, we feel how VR is amazing. Like it is nothing like VR. Like you you said about John, he like we just met at GDC and everyone
Was
know John.
was that the first time you guys
Everyone
met
know.
in
That,
person?
really, eh?
Yes.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
everybody knows John, right? Like you just walk into a room and John walks into the room. Everybody knows John. Yeah.
Yeah, and we always have our green, yellow shirts that Rafael
Yep.
is wearing right
You
now.
guys were wearing
So
those.
you
That's
see,
right.
oh, the yellow VR monkey guys, the yellow VR monkey guys. So we try to,
Yeah,
branding
yeah.
that way. It works pretty well. I'm using the gray one today, but still, and but even so, like John is notorious, like notorious John. We
Hell
could
yeah, he
use
is.
the nickname.
Yep.
And it's so good because when you work with someone, you feel like it's a matter that everyone's trying to help each other to make better VR games. Before the competition is people trying to do the best thing that we can do in VR because we still don't know how to do things. Like it's still a lot of innovation experiments, and I think Skyclimb is it's one of the reasons behind that. Like with Galaxy Kart, we said, okay, with Apocalypse Rider, we made a racing game that doesn't make you sick, but it was not really a racing game. Let's try to do really a racing game that's comfortable, that's nice to play, that has all the mechanics that we want. So we went a little bit deeper. In fact, funny story about Galaxy Card that it went to the fridge for almost 2 years
Wow.
because we
Crazy.
went in developer hell and the game was not coming out of developer hell. So we stopped working on it for almost 2 years and then we came back to the game to finish it. And it is so happy to see what the game is now, like with 18 tracks, with tournaments, with the multiplayer mode working, with everything that we put in the game.
Oh,
Like we are now talking to Meta to make possible to come to the quest as well. So
you
it
should.
has been
It's
quite a ride.
it's such a good game. Let's jump into Galaxy Carts real quick before we get into to Skyclimb because Galaxy Carts it came out I think on PlayStation was it just over a year ago now, right? And you guys have put so much into that game since then. So you launched the game, you kept working on it, and then just recently, within the last few months, Wes from Virtual Strangers, was like, told me and Roots, you're like, the game is so good now that we need to revisit it. Like, because I don't think we reviewed it for the channel for Virtual Strangers when it first dropped. Um, and we waited and waited and waited, and Wes is like, it's so good now. We need to go in and check it out now and give it a good, full review. And he said, well, by the way, you can use your wheel and pedals now on your PlayStation VR2 when you're playing Galaxy Carts. And I'm like, you can do what? Really?
Game changer. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, well, hell yeah. So let's do it. So I think all three of us have a wheel and pedals. And so we got all of, we three of us got in together, played Galaxy Carts. It absolutely played amazing. Like you can tell the amount of work that you guys still put into the game after the launch. New tracks, all the different cars that were available, the different power ups, the different weapons that you can use. Like there are certain games out there in VR that are just amazing. Like I was always been like a big Dash Dash World fan when that originally came out. I thought it was really really good. But to me, I like Galaxy Carts better. I just like the power ups in it better. I like the way it feels better. I like that you can jump. You get air, you get
You launch. Yeah.
in Mario Kart when you get air and you can like pop your wings open or like your glider and you
Glider.
get
Yeah.
that kind of air in Galaxy Carts. And then if you have a wheel and pedal and you can bring that into it, it changes the whole game. It's just like, and I'm always looking for another way. Like Gran Turismo 7 is the only thing I can currently use my wheel and pedal on until Galaxy Carts. So now I'm like, give me another reason to use my wheel and pedal, man. And
Yeah.
I don't think I can shout enough that people need to go play Galaxy Carts. It's that good.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks very much, man. You
Thanks
have
so much.
no idea how hard it was to give support for the wheel and the pedal. Like
Right?
it was like something that I myself I did the coding for that because
Nice.
like even though we have amazing people in the company. I kind of still have a lot of experience. I'm still go to the coding, and I did that myself. I needed to customize Unreal Engine to be able to support it in a way. I still not so satisfied. I still want to give more force feedback support to it, but it is hard. It is hard because you need to make. There is no there is no shortcut to that. You need to
Mhm.
go to the C++ down code and do it. It is not, the
There's
engine
no
is not
easy
ready to
way.
do it.
Yeah.
Just there's only 2 games on PSVR 2 that supports Real. It's really Gran Turismo and Galaxy Kart.
Yeah.
And I know everyone who is doing a PS5 game who supports Real, because there's a limited list of people who gets the SDK for Logitech, and
Oh,
so we
right.
are on that
Yeah.
list
Yeah.
now.
So now you're on that list. That's good.
It- it-
Heck
and
yeah.
the guys, like, there is no way to compare us to how big these other companies are who are giving support to that. Like,
That's
they
crazy.
have a
And Galaxy
full-time
Kart,
engineer just to do that.
I know, right?
Galaxy Kart's been out for a year now.
It's
Yeah.
over for a
Is
year
that right?
now.
And you're still pushing out updates. You're still, adding things to the game. Adding support for controllers is a ridiculously huge update.
Yeah, and then you said, like you said,
that's awesome.
we're looking to try and bring it to the Quest store, right?
Yes, it is available on App Lab right now, but
Yep.
we are trying to
Yeah.
bring it to the official store. The last update that we made was adding the tournaments to the game.
Right.
So now you have like Galaxy Cups.
Right.
Nice. Well, I think it definitely should be out of App Lab. This is a game that should be on the store. It should be something that people can easily find and easily do. So I will try and push for that for you guys for sure. I'll shout it from the rooftops that it needs to be out there. But now let's talk about your big, news of today. The big deal, Sky Climb comes out of App Lab, goes directly on to the Meta Quest store today, which is a huge amount of work that you took you to get there, but this is a huge accomplishment for you guys. So again, first off, I just want to say congratulations and tell us, Rafael, you told us a little bit about the origins of Sky Climb and kind of where it came from inside your mind and how that worked out. But how long has this process been like how long is it, from that conception part where you did that to where, we are today?
It's brutal. It's been 18 months of brutal work, like with the team. And after the prototype, and you say, Eureka, I discovered something. It's going to be amazing. Now I just have to make a game. And it's simple. If I can code myself, now that I have proper devs, it's going to be like this.
Yeah.
So we start the after the prototype, we initiate a pre-production, like the planning of the game. I'm a financial guy, so I have to have a plan.
I hear that.
How long we are going to develop, and when we are going to start pitching the game to Meta and to publishers. That was a very important part of the strategy, as we are still trying to push Galaxy Kart. We want to hit the Meta store and how to make this. So we initiate by September. It was the same month my son was born. So
Nice.
I left the project for a month when it started, like the same week.
You're like, hey, here's the idea. See you guys later.
Yeah.
Get that
Everything's
working
in
by
the
the time I come back.
Just look there. And I came back for the project, and we were trying to reach a productivity. It was all imagined to have like 3 verticals inside the game. It should be a single player game. You should have a multiplayer experience that should work also as a single player, because I didn't know how many people would play. We brought the experience similar to a Fall Guys match. You have 30 contenders in a match.
Wow,
But
30?
only 30, but 24
you know
are
what we should do?
locals.
Just thinking, what we should do before you even get into that? We should run the trailer just for anybody who hasn't played it
Oh,
and seen
true.
it, because then they
That's
can get an idea, and then you can kind of explain it a little bit. So Todd, can we
much
do
better
that?
than words.
Yeah, we had we have a I think we have a new trailer that
We do.
that
It's
Impact
brand
worked on.
spanking new. Yeah.
Let's take a look and see what this looks like. Let's rock it. Hell yeah, man! That looks awesome. That looks so much fun. And Rafael,
Thanks.
what you were just saying, you were saying 30
Yeah,
people.
like
It feels like Fall Guys. It feels like Fall Guys,
yes, and we really commit to bring that feeling to VR because we don't have Fall Guys in VR.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we try to keep it simple. Like you just need 6 people in the match, and now we provide 24 bots for the match. So you have the crowd, but you don't have to wait for a lobby to
Yeah.
start the match.
That's a good idea. That's smart. Yeah.
And we also brought a level editor so that people can bring their own ideas to the game, because that was something like everybody that play games, and if you like that game so much, you want to bring your own thoughts to the game. So we decided that with those 3 pillars we could cover like a great game. And we started the work by September, and by March we already had 3 worlds, like 30 levels from the single player campaign. It felt like a Mario game, and we had the multiplayer working. We didn't have the editor because it's more complex, but said now it's good to show to publishers and trying to start showing to Meta. And that was a challenging moment for the project because from March until August, we were knocking doors and presenting the pitch and the video and send the builds, and people were giving comments like, I think we need more story background to the game. Like, I have a lore. I think we need better music. I think, and we were trying to like move forward and try to address all the comments, and you're not sure. Like we've already invested 7-8 months of work on that, and is it gonna be a success? And the game, like this new trailer, I think it's the best we have so far, and but it's hard to explain the game, and even watching the trailer, it's hard to grasp how is it to play in VR.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think that most of the time we spent pitching the game was like trying to convince people to go beyond the pitch and play the game. And when finally the game was played, like we were accepted at the store, like you can move forward with the game, and now when the game's finished, it's going to be published. And that was so important because we could focus, like be sure of, let's put everything we have in this game to make it the best possible, because it's going to be in the biggest channel, like for all the players to find. And it was always in a hurry, like people the project, like they were it was May from last year, and people were saying, man, why you're rushing so much the project, Rafael? I said, man, because I really want this to have like at least close to 70 levels. We reached 65.
65
Wow.
And I was pushing like every
I want
every
70.
day to say, okay, guys, I have to.
Oh man, that's awesome. It is such a
You
cool
guys
game.
have no idea. Rafael used to come. Sorry to interrupt you, Eric,
No,
but
please go,
Rafael
go,
used
go.
to come
Yeah.
to the devs and, man, I want to put this feature in the game. You can do it. Oh yeah, maybe I will need 2 weeks. And Rafael, you have 1 week. If it's not done in 1 week, we're gonna take it out. There's no way
Oh no.
we can spend more time than 1 week to do that. And I said,
It's
okay, let me try to do it. It was like crazy. Like,
Get
artists,
done
I need
now.
one animation. How long you gonna take for doing one animation? Maybe
That's
3
the
weeks.
business
You
planner
have
behind
2.
him.
yeah, I still have a financial heart.
Absolutely. That's like when you're a developer and then you have the business mind as well, they conflict constantly, right? Because you have the
Yes.
creative side that says, I'm going to do whatever I have to do and take as long as I need to take to make this the best thing possible. And then you have the business side that says, that's not financially viable.
Yeah.
You need to make sure you have games to get ready to ship. So
Uh,
it's I know it can't be easy.
and having like as the game director, all decisions they are tough. I talked a lot with the game designer course. And sometimes when we start receiving feedback from people in the beta, in beta and alpha, I talked to him and I said, I think we have to change this part of the game, include more assists. And the game turned and said, no, it's so different from what we planned for the game. I said, but we are not games for ourselves. We are doing the
Right.
game to people. I said, people are asking for this. Like,
Right. That's what you got to do sometimes. And that's why
yeah,
it's such a, that's why I love that you guys do a lot of testing. And, I think it's such an important thing is putting the hands in the games of the players who want to play these games and give them and let them give you feedback. And then you parse the feedback to figure out what makes sense for you to change or not change or put it through there. And, I love that. That's a huge part. I know that's a huge part of what you guys do.
yeah, that was so important. And I think we spent around almost half of the project trying to have those feedbacks. And it brought us things that we really didn't imagine, like how people is going to play your game. And Skyclimb has its core as a design principle to give people freedom to play the game the way they want. Like it's not very scripted. You don't have to go over an obstacle or around it. You can have like so many possibilities of how to complete a level. And when people start to play, we were amazed because you think you've thought about everything. Let's say I did the prototype. I must know everything about the game. I'm the best player in the world. And people just do things. You say, I can't believe that they're cracking that in like
How'd they do that?
How
Yeah.
they do that?
The way that
So-
like I myself play against how Rafael plays is totally different.
Right.
Like he does like short and precise jumps. I am kind of a leap of faith guy. I just do a big jump.
Hell
and
yeah, that would be
hope
me
it
all day long.
reach the
That's exactly
goal.
how I played it. I just launch. I'm like, crap! I'm not going to land anywhere.
And that's the thing
Start
too.
over
We
again.
should try and explain a little bit about because Rafael, you're 100% right. I was talking to a developer last week, and again that we had on the show, and we were talking about how trailers can be great and they look like they're fun and exciting, but they never give you the true feel of being in that game in virtual reality because it just doesn't translate. Watching a trailer on a flat screen cannot give you the sense of immersion or the sense of being in the 360 environment. So that's why we always tell people, try games. Get in there and try the games because it's completely different when you're inside of it. But the whole idea of the mechanic here is you have these blocks that are, throughout the level, and you have to fling yourself basically, grab a block and then fling yourself to another block. But as Raphael said earlier, you screwed with the gravity. So it's not like you're just, you can kind of float, and then you can even kind of flap and fly a little bit too to kind of get yourselves to that next block. So, and that's the challenge, right? Trying to move through the level as easily and as
Yes.
fast as you can.
I think this is a good description of Skyclimb at its core. Like you have the fling movement, that's the base, but that's a small portion of your time in the game because you fling and then you have almost like 10 times that time flying.
Right.
And
Yeah.
when we discovered that, like we said, it's not about a game about flinging, it's about air control. So despite you don't have wings, but you have hands, and you can use that to glide left and right and use it as a wing to flap upwards. You have a way to dive faster, a dash. All those were features we introduced the game watching people playing, like what they were trying to do. And the game, sometimes we didn't have a feedback. The flying stuff, I think 100% of people that's falling, they try to
Try to
fly.
flap their wings. I want to see 100 videos of people just flapping their wings in this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
All of them. And we said, let's make this. And it was much richer after including this. And we also, our desire was to build a old school platform game, like something close to the 90s, the 80s, like Mario 3 game, Donkey Kong. So we want to bring like a loop to the game that had that old school feeling. So you have a world with 10 levels, and by the end of the final level of that world has a boss, and you have that combat mechanic. So you have power-ups like a water pistol so that you can shoot the boss and shoot the minions. You have also a companion, like it's a dolphin, but it's heavily inspired by Donkey Kong. I always want to
Yeah,
swim with the swordfish, and now you can do it in VR. And so we added a lot of different mechanics and surreal way. So it's even hard to explain. Like, so you're a balloon in a balloon universe, and you have pistols, you have dolphins. It's much easier when people try the game. They understand even more if they are mature. Like, it's all the aesthetic calls for a younger audience, but really, if you enjoy platforms during the 90s, you're gonna like Sky Climb because it has a lot of its DNA on the game.
Competitive
And
players. Oh my god, man. It's so crazy because everyone who is competitive in this game, it, they don't want to stop playing because there is the leaderboards, and then you look to the time and what the hell? How Rafael did it 4 seconds in this level? I'm gonna beat him. And then
I
you
love
keep
it.
playing, repeating, and the loop is so fast that you just want to do it again and do it again, do it again. And then you realize, oh my god, my battery is dying out because I'm just trying. And it has been 5 levels since I started this game, but there is 65. So I saw a lot of
That's
people
crazy.
starting to play the game and they don't even know that there are boss fights.
I know, and that's the thing too. Is like, because we talked about it like a multiplayer game, but there is boss fights, which is super cool, and there's so many levels and different worlds, and there's so much to this game. So I mean, everybody needs to go check it out. It's so much fun. And then you were just talking about trying to play with each other and beat each other and try and like one up each other. We were just talking about a couple of great videos by three friends of ours who checked out Sky Climb, and that is, go check out Soul Fox, huge friend of our channel and friend of ours, and Bethia as well, and Chubbier Snail. They all got in and played together, and we're like trying to beat each other. Here was the premise of their video. So they were going to three of them play against each other, and whoever won, you guys were going to give them their own in-game item, right? So whoever won against the three of them, like they would have their own, like either a Soul Fox item in the game or a Chubbier Snail item or a Bethia item. And the three of them went at each other trying to win it. And Chubbier Snail didn't even. I think he played it for the first time. He's like, I didn't even. He's like, I didn't even do the tutorial. But just the amount of laughing and the amount of fun they were having, you can tell that they just had a blast playing it. And should we spoil it, or we should go make them watch it to see who won? We should make them go watch it to see.
We should make him go watch it. Yeah.
and that's also something that's very rewarding as a developer, like to see people having fun with the game. Like, it's natural. Like, they were free playing together and they were having such a great time. That's really, really worth it, like after so much hard work. And so we try to do like a really comprehensive work. Like, it has a full single player campaign, the multiplayer level editor. I think we are really happy where the game reached, but we still want to give support, because on our experience from Galaxy Kart, giving support to community is so important. Like, the game, we plan to bring it to PlayStation VR 2. We
Nice.
plan to bring it to Steam VR. We plan to make updates, bring people things that people will ask us to bring, and we don't know yet what they will
Right.
ask to, but new multiplayer levels, new customizations. I think those are things that will keep the game alive for a long time.
Heck yeah. And then when you do get a chance to bring it to those other platforms, are we talking crossplay for multiplayer? So will PlayStation players be able to play with Quest and Steam alone, or how would that
Yes,
work?
not at first. Like,
No.
we plan to bring it to PlayStation VR Fest, like probably April,
Okay. Wow.
but it will be not crossplay. But we think that this is an important update. Like, we will try to make it crossplay in the future. Should
Nice.
be. It's much
Yeah, like
easier
in
to.
PSVR 2, it's very nice because you have the triggers effect,
Yeah.
so you can see how fluffy the cubes are.
Oh, right.
It's
So
it's very
the PSVR 2 version uses the takes advantage of the adaptive triggers.
yes.
That's super cool. I love that. When you guys take advantage of the hardware, I mean that's like to me that's the true nature of a port. You know, when you move it from one
Yeah.
platform to the other, but you take advantage of that hardware, which is awesome. I love to hear it.
Yeah, the game is already running on PSVR 2. We are doing final adjustments, I would say, and
How come I'm not playing this yet?
That's cool. Yeah. Right.
This is crazy.
we just need to go to certifications, I would say, basically.
Nice. It's awesome.
But
I can't wait, man. People need to get in there and check it out. Todd, can you do me a favor? Can you drop a link to the Meta Store for two things? Drop it for Galaxy Carts too, because again, it's an app lab, but people need to know it's there. It's hard to find an app lab. You got to the discoverability is never easy. Let's drop the link to Galaxy Carts if you can. Because again, that's one of my favorites. And then drop the link if you can for Sky Climb as well, because everybody needs to go check it out.
Yep. I'm
Um,
doing that right now.
we should
I need
there's a lot this week. I want to see tournaments in Sky Climb. I want to see all kinds of stuff. I want to see speed runs. There's so much that people can do in here and have fun with.
No, that
something that we had in GDC was pretty fun because we are getting this feedback like, okay, Galaxy Card went to a turbo launching, but now it's a great game. Everybody's is telling that the game is good. How you guys did that? Like some people came to ask us how you did that, like from having a bad launching to have a good game. And we say, we just heard. We just heard like
Yeah.
mainly the guys from PSVR without parole, the gamer cats, like they are
Yep.
an army. They are
Yep.
literally
Yeah,
an
they are.
army,
They are an army. Yep.
and they just came to us and keep asking, "Hey, can't you guys do this? Can't you guys do that?" So we had our vision, but we still had like a flexibility to put what they were expecting and they were asking. So we always try to put the suggestions in the game. We plan to do the same with Sky Climb. Like if someone comes to us and like funny story is about the coins, right, Rafael?
yes, like it's. I said our view was to build a platformer from the 90s, and Skype Climb didn't have coins until January this year.
Oh, no way. You just added them in.
Yeah, so we were saying we don't have lives in Sky Climb. Like if you die, you progress. So I said, what's the point of the coins? And people it just forget about. And then when it went to tests, like people give us really serious feedback about, man, you need coins. You want to be a Mario game? Like, what are the coins? I said, oh no, I understood. I said, man. And it was so crazy because the game has coins in every levels, and I think we did the whole thing in 3 days. It was like
Wow.
I said the devs are gonna make it in 2 days, and I said to the game designer, I said, cancel your whole agenda. I'm gonna do this with you. We are
Oh
gonna
my
divide
God.
the game in two halves, and we are gonna make coins in every level.
Oh my
He
God,
said,
Pedro, is there like dartboards with Raphael's picture on it and
Yeah.
like in the office when they like he's asking us to do what now? Put coins in every level?
The funny thing is that Rafael teams in Sky Climb, I think they are the most zen people I ever met. Rafael
Nice.
always like,
I
yeah,
agree.
let's do this, and they are like, okay, yeah, we can do it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
do it. Like
I
I
love it.
was,
But
holy crap! Any other team would be like a disaster. They would
yeah,
be
yeah.
stressful, and they are like, yeah, let's
We could
do
do it.
it. Why not?
That's hilarious.
I love it, man. I love it. It's so good. Yeah, it's so good. I have faith that you guys will continue to work on it. Kind of wrapping up here. Let us know what's going on. What do we have? Is there thing besides the PlayStation and Steam version? Anything you want to like say? You might be coming for Sky Climb, and then what's next for VR Monkey? If you can share anything.
If I
Oh
think
man,
that
there is.
it's good for people to come and tell us, like, come join Sky Climb's Discords, VR
Yeah.
Monkey Tribe, and there, please let us know what you think about the game, and we want to hear, and we want to bring you to our to the future of the game. And
Love it.
I
Pedro,
would say in the short term, we're probably gonna be seeing a lot of other projects that we have our hands on. Like right now, we have I think 8 projects going on.
Wow, no way.
Wow.
So
Tell
you
everybody
can get
how
a
big's
picture
your
of
how
it.
big's your team, guys? Tell everybody in chat.
We are in 45 people right now.
45 people. That is
Good
a
for
45
large
you,
VR
man.
studio, man. That's kick ass.
Yeah, and like 7% of us does the work for hire. So 7% of us is doing the ports, and 30% is doing our own IPs. And we have launchings that are coming like from next month to the next, like almost every month. You probably will hear something from us. From the porting side, we just released, I think it was last week, the Twilight Zone. We with the guys
Nice.
from Front Train, we did the
Yeah.
porting for PSVR 2. We worked with them previously in Tarzan in all the platforms, and we're gonna be seeing you will be seeing some of your favorite games, I would say, in PSVR 2 soon.
Nice.
A lot of people has been complaining about, okay, where are these great games from PSVR 1 era that would be much better on PSVR 2? Well, some of them are on the way.
Nice.
We have
Nice.
we have a new IP that we are working on that it's a very social VR game, and it's like we basically have 3 heads on VR Monkey. One is mine, other is Rafael, and the other one is Kayla, my wife and boss.
Nice.
And this is one of her ideas, and it's a tower defense multiplayer VR game.
Nice. Multiplayer tower
The name
defense.
is
That's different.
Yeah, it's a honeypot. The name is honeypot. It's basically bears against bees, and you are a bee and you need to defend your hive from the bears.
I've played this.
Just
I've tried it.
need
It's
to body the
very,
game.
very it's cool.
We have a demo almost done that we were working for GDC. This game should be with a launching window of ending of this year or early next year.
Nice.
And we have another thing that's coming up, but I would say that's too early to talk about. But just imagine what's the VR game that everybody wants and nobody has yet.
That's
But
interesting.
this one is kind of really, really big. So we are trying to take it slow, but not we are not in our right minds to try to do it, basically. But we're gonna do it.
I like to hear that. Anytime you're pushing envelopes, that's what I want to see. I want to see people pushing envelopes, doing different things in VR, and you guys are doing that. To me, you're innovative. You're innovating. You're making new games. You're taking amazing games and you're helping them move to other platforms so they can go make new games. So, like to me, you guys are absolutely doing such a service for the VR industry, trying to help VR move forward. You're touching all kinds of games. You're helping, other developers do, so they can move on to their next titles. You're helping get their games on other platforms. The PlayStation VR 2 crowd is pretty starved. If they're just playing on PlayStation VR 2, they want some games to play. You're doing that. You're bringing it to them. So to me, hats off to you guys. Literally, hats off to you guys. You guys are kicking ass out there. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for staying later. I know we talked about a certain time limit. We went over that because it was such fun talking to you guys. I appreciate it. So thank you so much for coming, and we
Good
can't
talk.
wait to see more. Everybody, go buy Sky Climb. Go buy Galaxy Cards too. Listen. Go give Galaxy Cards a chance. I'm telling you right now, you won't be disappointed. Go
You
give
won't be
Galaxy Cards a
disappointed.
chance. But definitely go check out Sky Climb. Drop today in the Quest Store, and Todd has dropped the link for both of those in chat. So go check them out, guys. Thanks so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day and try and get some rest now that your game is launched. A little bit of rest before you go back to work.
Try and sleep. Good luck.
Thanks. We need
Absolutely. All right, guys, take it easy. Awesome. God, the studio and what the work that they're doing, it really is amazing. I absolutely love what they're doing for VR, man. I'm not kidding. There's not many companies out there that do. There's developers all over the place that make their own games, right? But a developer that is putting 70% of their time and effort into just helping other companies port their games to other platforms is pretty amazing. I mean, they're only putting 30% of their own time in there, which is pretty great.
Yeah. GC13 Game
Nice.
Pass says I'm buying Galaxy carts right now.
Dude, GC, we
You
need to
won't be
do this.
disappointed.
Yes, because I can't wait. I love using my wheel and pedal.
No.
I'm looking for. We could absolutely. I think you can play. I think you can go up to 8 people in Galaxy carts at one time. So definitely should go try that and do it, man. I think that would be pretty amazing. I think we have another guest. Not a guest. We have another member of our show.
Oh yeah. Hey.
You made it, slacker.
About damn
Slacker.
Slacker.
No. First off, I've been having an internet Wi-Fi connection issue with this brand new PC that I don't know.
Oh, really?
It's stressing me.
Well, apparently Todd's having internet issues too because there's such a delay on. I don't know what's going on here.
It's not
Yeah.
me. It's happening everywhere.
Is it happening everywhere?
Yeah, Twitter, it's happening. It's not just my feed that's slow. It's the whole thing that's slow.
Is it Restream?
Actually, now that
It's
I'm in
it's gotta be
Restream,
Yeah.
now that I'm in Restream, that audio delay is YouTube because it's perfectly fine on
Yeah,
Restream.
it's
Yeah.
it's the Restream out service.
Yeah, we're in here.
What we
We're-
see is totally different.
Yeah, what we see is fine. That's why we're like, we don't know.
no,
when we're
it's-
listening in here, we all seem like it's fine, but there's really nothing
it
we
was
can
tough.
do with
It
Restream.
was tough.
Nothing we can do about it.
Restream's a
What
pain
up,
in the ass.
y'all?
Sometimes it works great. You know, like Restream is a fantastic product because it allows us to stream to. You know, I make fun of it in the beginning of the you know, in my intro when I say, you know, we stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, you know, Kick. You know, we really do stream to all those places at one time, and you know,
Mhm.
it's Restream that allows us to do that. Otherwise, there's no way you can really do that. I mean, there may be other services, but Restream's one of the best.
Right.
But shit, man, it has issues sometimes. It makes you just want to, like, you know,
Punch
boot
it.
it out. Yeah, boot it out of here. Either that or it's Todd's potato computer. I don't know.
Meh.
We'll blame
I-
Restream.
Definitely not has nothing to do with
D,
me.
did you like my intro for Todd tonight? Did you see it?
It was amazing. It was masterful, dude. I don't know
What-
how you
what a
keep
great
coming
song.
up with these.
I can't believe he cut that song off on me too. I'm like, wow, he cut the song off early. I could have listened to the whole song.
I know you would
Literally-
have listened to the whole damn
I
song.
would have. Like, I know because I'm like, chat's not going to want to listen to the whole song. I'm like,
No, I'm
bullshit.
like, I'm gonna cut it off. Yeah.
Chat's going to want to listen to that. Chat, tell me now. No, tell me now, you guys. When you turn it off, you're like, oh wait, don't turn it off. It's so good. Rupert Holmes. See, come on,
Rupert.
1979.
It's a good year.
1979.
It is a good year. And Tiff, thanks for going out and getting Galaxy carts. That's super cool. Way to go and you know, help out the guys at VR Monkey and check their game out. It's super cool. And I can't wait. Definitely hit us up. We'll go in and we'll play.
I want to play with Tiff.
Okay, so I have been dropping some keys in chat.
Yeah, you have a ton.
It's been
Good
working,
job, dude.
it's been not working. You know, I get it. Some people in chat are like, I can't do that. I can't copy and paste. I can't do that. It's difficult for my phone. Blah blah blah. I get it. So I've decided to try to use the giveaway bot on our Discord server, which seems to be working. So I'm just gonna run these giveaways for keys while the show is on.
Cool.
So they'll be, you know, they got like 45 minutes or something, and they'll be off, and then whoever wins wins.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to worry about copying and pasting, and I can just right click on your name and send you the key. It's going to be super simple.
It's very cool.
So head over to
Oh.
Discord if you want to join in on the giveaways. Patreons, you guys have extra keys in your channel.
Nice. Way to go, Patreons. And holy moly, we have some faces I haven't seen in a while. Welcome in et.2k9.now.
Uh-huh.
Welcome into Artful. It's good to see you, Artful.
In a minute.
Welcome
Haven't seen
back. It's
Artful in a
been a
while.
minute. Welcome, Creeper Betty VR.
I played with Betty. We
Welcome back,
we
Betty.
played
What'd you
two
play?
of the brand new Horde maps on After the Fall.
Yeah, they have new. I just saw that the other day. They sent me a thing. They have new, and they have a new
bunch
weapon, a new
whole
rifle,
bunch of
For
new
too,
old
right?
time's sake, we need to after the show. I am telling you, we need to.
He would like to. If I can
Yeah.
do it,
No.
if I can do it, I will. If I can do it, I will. I will. I will. I'll jump in. What? Can you?
I will.
All right. I'll try. I'll do it. I'll do it. Just mark a time and I'll do it. If you say, give me 20 minutes after the show, I'll do it.
Nope.
No, it has to be
Immediately.
like immediate. I can't even go to the bathroom.
Immediate?
Yeah,
No, we've been
just-
No,
we've been sitting in
potty
these
break,
chairs since
but
7 o'clock
still.
this morning.
I literally had to take my headphones off. I had my regular headphones on when we started. I'm like, God damn, Todd, my ears are just killing me. When you wear headphones all day long, like I wear them, I have meetings all day long, so I literally wear them at this computer all day long, and I'm like, I cannot put these headphones over my ears for another 5 minutes. It's bothering me. So I had to go and get my earbuds out. But yeah, I mean, what? I hear too many qualifiers for me. What? Tiff, what are you talking about? I'm just saying I need a pee break. Who?
Yeah.
So are they good horde maps, Steve, for after the fall? I mean, are they classic? Are they great? Is it broken? Is it gonna like are we gonna get to level 30 and it's gonna crap
we just
out or
get
what?
pissed off.
Okay, so remember the old horde maps where you just have this little tiny space to run around?
Sure.
No, they come from these maps are too big. How about it, Betty? Like we only went into the first two,
Just
and
the two of you?
it was me, Betty, Spry, and then Michelle was in there for a little bit, but the quest 2 was kind of twitchy for her and it was making her not good.
Oh.
But yeah, no, the maps are huge, dude, and it's amazing.
Creeper
I
Betty
missed
says
it.
so
Cool.
big.
She says they're big.
You know who loves it when it's so big?
My mom!
Yeah, she does.
It's like half a level.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's freaking huge, dude. Ginormous.
Huge. Awesome. That's kick ass. I love it.
Huge.
D, what'd you think of VR Monkey?
You're great, man.
Can you believe they do all those games that like they touch so many games? Vampire Masquerade Justice, Discronia, Ruins Magus. I love Ruins Magus.
All games that we've heard of.
Yeah, Yuki.
Played.
They ported Yuki, man, to PlayStation VR. Gadgeteer, Windlands.
Windlands 2, yeah.
Space.
was a big one.
Yeah. Freaking Rico's Fragments. When was the last time you heard Rico's Fragments? That is a freaking drawing back.
OG. Shit.
OG.
Have you ever heard of that game, D?
Nope.
I can tell by the look on your face.
Go play Apocalypse Rider, man. Apocalypse Riders kick ass.
They need to bring that back, an update or something. That would be
I know,
cool.
right? I know.
Yeah. The concept behind that one's great. It's just old.
Yeah, man, VR Monkey's awesome, man, and I'm telling you that game, that Galaxy Kart game, has just got. I like it. I like it a lot. I guess I've always been a big fan of Dash Dash, and when they came, but you know, Dash Dash doesn't have wheel support.
Yeah.
So when I was able to play Galaxy Karts with the wheel and pedal, man, it was awesome. Virtual Steve has stopped in. What is up, dude? How you doing? So many new people tonight, or not new people, but people coming back.
Familiar faces coming
Familiar
back
faces.
home.
We should sing
Kubo's here, of
we
course.
should sing the Pina Colada song back for everybody. Since it was
If you like pina coladas.
okay, maybe not.
Maybe not.
All right, let's jump to some more news. I want to talk a little bit about Todd. Did you grab that trailer that I was asking for?
I did.
Guys, did you see the Meta put out a very cool trailer the other day, and it was basically was it yesterday? Yeah.
Mhm.
And basically 10 years of Meta of Oculus to Meta 10-year 10-year span. And let's run the trailer real quick. It's not that long. It's just a couple of minutes here. And then I want to talk about timeline and like just
It's like 10 years of Reality Labs. So
yeah,
it's
10
kinda
years
like,
of Reality Labs.
things
But I
to
mean,
labs.
we're gonna take it from start to finish. But let's take a look at this trailer first. And hey, look for some cool people in this trailer near the end. Yeah.
Wow, I could never have imagined anything like this when I started down the path to VR.
VR is the next platform where anyone can create and experience anything. What I think we need to do in the next phase of developing is building great software experiences. Enabling us to be present anywhere creates opportunities for people everywhere.
Mixed reality won't be ready for a while, but it is on our roadmap. We think it's a huge part of the next 5 years and an important step on the path to augmented reality.
With each step, we're getting to a more immersive and natural experience.
This is Project Aria. It's a research device that will help us understand how to build the software and hardware necessary for real, working AR glasses.
I'm excited to share with all of you Oculus Quest 2. This is the form factor that's going to introduce people to virtual reality.
Last year, we showed our very first full-body codec avatar.
Mixed reality is going to power some of the most interesting experiences you can have with Quest Pro.
Wow. This is so great.
We are so excited today to introduce you to the new Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses collection. I can simply ask Meta AI to tell me about what I'm looking at.
Hey Meta, how do you make a braid?
We are incredibly proud to introduce Quest 3, the first mainstream mixed reality headset.
Hell yeah, man. 10 years. 10 years of virtual reality. I've been here almost pretty much through it all.
Yeah.
It's an amazing step, and they're Meta, Facebook, whatever you want to call them, they are not perfect by any means, and I have some major qualms with them on many different subjects and platforms. But you cannot deny what they have done for what a lot of us who call this a passion of what we do. They have done for us to move this venue forward and bring it from a closet modding project into the light of standard and into the light of mainstream cannot be undersold. Like, again, you can love them, you can hate them, whatever you want to say. You cannot deny what Meta has done for the platform that we are in.
We would not be here if it wasn't for their innovation and their dedication to what they want to do, right? Like, whether or not they did it right isn't the question. The fact that they did it and no one else did has brought us to where we are today. It's
100%.
crazy.
Again,
that video is awesome. I got to watch that again.
It is. And again, I don't want to come on. I am not a Mark Zuckerberg supporter. Like, I am not a fanboy. I think the dude's super smart.
Just say we are not, because neither.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to speak for you directly, but I mean, yeah, I will. If you tell me yes, I will speak for all of us, and I'll say, yeah, we are not, supporter. I think he's done amazing things for virtual reality. He had the forethought to spend billions of dollars just to buy Oculus. Do I miss Oculus? Yes. Am I upset that they have killed the Oculus name? Yeah, it bothers me. I mean, Palmer Luckey is like a hero to me. You have no idea. This kid, Palmer Luckey, is like a hero to me. It kills me when they got rid of Oculus. But in the end, for me, the Oculus is a name. It's not all of VR, right? I mean, it's just a name. It does bother me it's gone, but we're still here. We're still
get
doing
over it,
this.
move on. Yeah.
I still have my Quest 2. I just got a Gear VR delivered to me yesterday. You want to know why? Because I threw my Gear VR away. I was one of the people who bought the original Samsung. I think it was it Samsung 7?
And you threw it away?
And I got the Gear VR with it for free.
Right.
But I was like, I'm already into I'm like, to me, it was like, it was a throwaway thing. And it's not like I just threw it away. I had it and I used it and I tried it. But for whatever reason, I didn't just keep it. And I never kept it like I kept all my other stuff. And I didn't have one. And it bothered me. And I wanted an original. I wanted an original that said Oculus on it. So I found one and I ordered one and I have it. I literally just got it delivered the other day.
Just to put on the shelf. That's awesome.
And it's here and it says Oculus on it. And again, I love Oculus and I always will. And it'll always be something that I cherish. But I cannot, in good conscience, let it go without being said what Meta has done for our industry. Like, literally, I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for this company. I wouldn't be doing this channel, I don't think. I wouldn't have, invested all my time.
Right.
100%. Impact Reality, I don't
doing your old
believe
job. Yeah.
Impact Reality probably wouldn't exist. Flat to VR Studios probably wouldn't exist.
Right.
Flat to VR, I think, would still be there. in the modding community, but I don't. Who knows how big it would be at that point?
Right.
Like Meta has brought this to us. You know what I mean? And let's talk about some dates because this blows me away. 2014, Oculus Research is founded. This is Palmer Luckey. This is Brendan Uribe. This is this is the start, right? This is it right here. 2016, the Rift launches. CV1. DK1 came out in the middle, DK2 came out in the middle, but then CV1 launches.
That's when I got into VR. Is the CV1.
2016, they're saying, and I'm looking at this, I can almost not believe it, but they're saying 2016, the first demo of the Santa Cruz will happen. Do you guys know what the Santa Cruz is? Santa Cruz is the Quest, the original Quest 1.
Yeah.
The Santa Cruz was the code name that they called the original Quest 1. There's
2016.
That's this chart that I'm going by what was reported here. This is by Meta. I'm looking at this. They're saying they did the first demos of Project Santa Cruz in 2016. December, they launched the touch controllers for the Oculus Rift in December of 2016. So they were already demoing. The Quest, and the Rift was still using this.
Yeah, exactly.
When they demoed the Quest for the first time, the Rift was still using a controller. There were no touch controllers yet. Not for the Rift anyway. Because you remember the CV1 originally shipped with an Xbox controller. There wasn't even touch controllers. They shipped them afterwards. 2017, BCI research starts in Building 8 for Facebook. You know what BCI is? Brain Control Interface.
Yeah, that's Elon Musk's original.
Oh no.
That happened in April of 2017. 2018, which I still can't believe this. I thought it was earlier. 2018, the Oculus Go launches. Remember the Go?
18. Wow, yeah.
18.
I would have thought 16.
Yeah, 2018. Freaking it's amazing to look back at it now. I mean, the Go is a dead platform, but man, when the Go came out, it was great. It was one of the best entertainment platforms you could get. It was a good price. A lot of people got them. It was quickly kind of because of the Santa Cruz, which became the Quest 1, and that I'll show you when it launches a little while later, but that basically ate up the entire Go at that point. It made the Go obsolete.
Yeah.
But yeah, in 2018, the Oculus Go is launched, and that's in May. November, Portal. Remember Facebook Portal?
Oh,
Which is
yeah,
that was their
Amazon Alexa,
their Alexa
competitor.
clone, which I don't even think they do anymore. Do they do
They
it
don't,
anymore?
no.
Yeah. Okay, that's dead now.
Yeah.
2019. In May of 2019, the Rift S launches. So in 2016 is the CV1. 2019 comes the Rift S. Rift S was a great headset. It really was. It had its problems. It wasn't directly made. I think was it made by Lenovo? It was some. I can't even remember now. Who guys help me in chat?
Which one was this again?
The Rift S. The Rift S was manufactured by another company. It wasn't even manufactured by Meta. It was actually manufactured by another company. I think it was Lenovo, but I'm not sure. So if anybody in chat knows, please tell me. Just to
Acer or Lenovo?
It wasn't Acer. It might have been Lenovo. But anyway, so that is in May of 2019. Thank you, Philosix. I was right, Lenovo. So yeah, and that's it did have its problems. The Rift S. It was still a great headset. Like when you got the Rift, it was great, and people still use. And people today still use the Rift S. The problem with the Rift S is it had the shittiest microphone you've ever seen. Like it still has problems. It still gives you the robot voice, when you're using it.
Yeah.
So then so that was May of 2019. In October of 2020, things changed. And I'll always love the Quest. But to me, things changed with the Quest 2. Like I believe it was that marketing strategy. It was a couple of things. 2020 was starting to get into COVID.
Yep.
Okay. So it was a perfect storm of that huge marketing push by Meta that was hammered huge. They started with a Quest 1 and they did a really good job marketing the Quest 1, but they rolled it right into Quest 2 when they launched the Quest 2. It was big, man. And they did a ton of marketing. The perfect storm of COVID hitting, the platform was a way better controllers, better visuals, lighter, um, shittier head strap, but it was just to me, and it was an all around better headset, and people bought it, man. People bought it in droves, and it's still a good headset to today.
I
2021.
think you're right. Like if it wasn't for the perfect storm, I'm not sure Quest 2 would have been quite as successful. Like obviously their marketing push and the campaign was great, but if people weren't stuck at home and needed something to do, this was a beautiful way for people to be social without being allowed to be social. So it
100%.
was just like you say, like the perfect storm. Like if these things all hadn't have fallen into place, who knows where we'd be right now?
Yeah, it was. It was a guys, I started Q2C in 2020.
November. Yeah.
Yeah, Q2C, the origins of Q2C. It wasn't a Facebook group. It wasn't a YouTube channel. Q2C was a Facebook group. I I had been into virtual reality for a while. There wasn't I didn't feel there was enough good communities for new people into VR. There was tons of people like not understanding how to do things. There was parents buying these headsets for kids that didn't know how to do things. And I was like, you know what? I need to do something. I'm going to build a community to help people. So I started at the time was called the Quest 2 community. And that group, and then quickly right after I started that in September of 2020. I met Todd in, I think, probably like the end of September of 2020.
Yeah, it was like a few weeks after you'd started. I sent you a message saying, "This is gonna blow up. You're gonna need help."
And literally by that Christmas, so me and Todd meet. I make that group. Me and Todd meet. By that Christmas, we have 50,000 people join that group. And then within the year, we have 100,000 people that join that group.
And that was a celebration. Hey, remember that was our 100
Oh my
giveaway for
God,
100,000
100
people,
keys.
and like, oh my God, 100 keys we gave away. What a
nightmare!
never again.
What a nightmare that was. Who had that dumb idea? Let's just
I
celebrate
don't
100.
know. Look.
Let's celebrate 100,000 members and give away 100 keys. That was insane.
Emotional damage.
Hell yeah, there was. But literally, that's what started it all. I mean, the Quest 2 was, to me, it was a pinnacle. Again, the Quest 1, I think it will always be remembered as the birth of standalone. But the Quest 2, I thought, was a big enough jump, and again, it was the perfect storm of several different things that happened all at one that just blew everything up. And that was the genesis of a lot of things. A lot of people started their YouTube channels. Me and Todd started this YouTube channel based off of, the Quest 2, you know what I mean? And the other people, other people were doing YouTube and they were doing it successfully, but the YouTube channels really blew up after the Quest 2. Things got so busy. That first Christmas was insane, man. Let's jump to 2021 Ray-Ban Stories launch. It was a good start for those glasses, but it wasn't great. And then 2022 October, Quest Pro launches in 2022 of October, and which I still love my Quest Pro. I think it's a great headset. It was just misunderstood. It's a misunderstood, misrepresented, mismarketed headset that didn't get what it needed. And that, I think Meta was at fault for that one. They dropped the ball on what they could have done with the Quest Pro. But
yeah, the Quest Pro definitely had the technology and the comfort and support from developers that it needed, but it just wasn't marketed well. The whole it's not a gaming headset, it's designed for businesses was a terrible idea. I love my Quest Pro, and the minute I got it home, I never used my Quest 2 again. So, and I only took off the Quest Pro because of the Quest 3, or I'd still be wearing it. It's a great headset.
Let me go back. 2000. Let's go back real quick. 2020. Do you get your Quest 2 that?
Nope.
When?
While you were talking, I'm like, when did I get mine? So I didn't remember if I bought it through Amazon or through Quest itself. I don't see the order in either spot, but I know I ordered accessories at the same time that I ordered the Quest. So on Amazon in March of 2021 is when I bought my Quest 2.
Nice.
2021.
Yep, March.
That's not too bad. That's not too much after the release.
No,
right?
it was right after
Like
because
3 or
it,
4 months, couple
yeah,
months.
I think it was announced in September. It launched, if I remember
November.
correctly. No, I think it launched October 10th. It was
Oh,
announced
what-
in September. Pre-orders
Quest
went
2?
live. Quest 2. Pre-orders went live in September, and I think it shipped on October 10th. And I remember it was like the hottest item. That whole
Yeah.
holiday, it was the hottest item. It was tough to get. They sold out. Like, you couldn't get them. I remember no stores had them. You couldn't find them in Walmart. You couldn't find them at Target. Like, and then, there was reports,
try
finally
Canada.
months later. Oh, I know. Yeah, you probably took you forever.
I had to order it from the US from the Meta store because I couldn't get one here. Because I wanted it right away. I didn't want to wait. So I ordered it from meta.com, the US store, and had it shipped up here because I couldn't get one.
Right. I mean, I guarantee, I was a pre-order. I remember I pre-ordered early, so I had it on October 10th when it came out. But I remember reporting, and doing stuff, and looking and watching. Stores were out, man. That whole, holiday season, stores were out. So D, when you came and decided to buy yours, that was probably when things were just starting to get back in. Like, you were able to go and get some at, your brick and mortar store at that point. So it was a good time for you to jump back in.
It was a good time, and tax returns, everything just came together.
What was
All
what was your first game that you played?
I don't.
If you
I
say
don't
Beat
wanna
Saber, I'm
say
gonna
it.
rip
I
my
don't-
eyeballs out. Don't say Beat Saber.
I know what mine was.
That
It wasn't
may
Beat
have
Saber.
been in the mix, but In Death Unchained was definitely one of the first ones.
Yes, good
Yeah, you were
one.
hooked on that one. It's still a
Oh
great game.
God. And I haven't been back into it too much with the Quest 3, and I know they updated graphics and stuff like that, so I need to get back into it.
Nice. I think
Um,
Tyler from Team 21. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Tyler from Team 21, and I think if I'm correct, Team 21, that's Alicia.
It is, yes.
Big
We got to
things coming
see,
from Alicia.
We got to see Alicia at GDC. It was great.
We did get a chance to see Alicia at GDC, and don't forget, Alicia is there, guys, and it is still coming. And big things. We got a chance to talk to Tyler at GDC, and get the name back in your head. This was such a big name talked about not long ago, but get the name back in your head because some things that we've seen, some we've talked about coming, and it's going to be cool. And everybody's going to want to get back in there. But thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, where were we, D?
the first games I bought. And not mentioning
Death
that one
Unchained.
game.
Yeah, get out of there. How about was Walking Dead Saints and Sinner the first game you played?
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely. First game I ever finished in VR.
Nice. Wow, way to go. I mean, Tiffany must be extremely happy with you. Oh, that's too funny.
One of these days. One of these days.
What was your first game on the Quest 2? I totally remember what mine is.
First game I mean, I don't directly remember. Probably I don't remember.
Super
I don't
Hot
remember.
was mine.
Super Hot was the first Quest 2 game you played, or just the first VR game?
Oh, first Quest 2 game I played.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I mean, I'd been into VR for a while. I had my Quest 1. I had, a Rift S.
Yeah, I never played it on the Quest 1.
Yeah, I had, so I mean, to me, it wasn't like, oh, I got to go do that, because I don't remember. I don't remember, to be honest with you, any major launch titles with the Quest 2 where you were like, oh, I need to go play this game now for the first time ever. So I'm just trying to think back then, like, what would have been the hot game?
Now I gotta look at my list of games, dude. The heck.
Looks like Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, of course.
Was a launch title? Yeah, but I mean, it was already out. It would just happen to launch. It didn't launch with the Quest. It just happened to launch on the. It was
Vader Immortal.
According to
For me.
Upload VR, it's one
Two
of
was
Quest
the
2's largest launch titles. Is Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
Yeah, but it didn't. It launched fall for PC VR. That prior. I think it launched
only available on. Is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I think it launched in January. On PC VR, I want to say. That prior year, or not prior year, but that year, earlier in that year. Mickey Barris.
Warhammer? Is that a battle sister?
I still play the Meat Grinder update. I mean, that could have been.
Top
I'm
one?
just like I'm trying to think of any game that like was like launch day with the Quest
I
2.
can't remember launch day.
There was a lot of them with Quest 1 because that was the original standalone, right? Because
Mhm.
that was the big thing. But there was Quest 1 was already out there, so it's not like you had titles that were like you couldn't play until the Quest 2. Everything was still playable Quest 1, Quest 2.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they had to ship games with the headset. So I can't remember anything. Yeah, BOGO and ISS, I played both of those in the Quest 1. Artful, I was there with you.
Yeah,
Retribution was
the
Quest 2.
BOGO was my daughter's favorite game.
Mine too. My daughter loved
She
BOGO.
loved that game.
I think
It was
Real
small.
VR Fishing might have been in the mix of the first batch of games I bought.
Still a good one. I got a chance to at South by Southwest. I got a chance to meet the Real VR Fishing team. They're awesome,
There's
man.
Justin or I forget what their names are.
Daniel is one of them, and Justin, you're right, is one of them as well.
Yeah.
But it's a big team. But yeah, let's finish. So 2022 October Quest Pro launches, and then 2023 you have the Ray-Ban Meta second version, which is by far the better version of the Ray-Ban Metas. I wear
Which is
them
on my
every day.
face right now.
I wear them every day, and I still have to get my transition lenses. But I literally, especially now in Florida, where you have to wear sunglasses every day, I wear them every day. Like I
It
use
was
them
the
as my
best thing
normal
up here
sunglasses.
because I as soon as I got my prescription and my transition lenses, like these are prescription transition trifocals.
Yep.
I wear them. I never take them off except for to charge, and I always have the case with me with a. I've always worn Ray-Ban glasses, so my my normal Ray-Bans fit in the case just fine because the frames are the same.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love
You're
it.
welcome.
I love it.
You're welcome. Yeah, and then the Quest 3 launches at the same time, October of 2023, and it's great to see that the retention of the Quest 3 is, while the Quest 2 I think is still outselling and definitely probably still will, especially with the price drop. The Quest 3, it's great to see that the retention is higher now on the Quest 3, and I think that's because you're able to do more with the headset. You're getting closer to using it as an everyday headset to do other things in other than gaming, to where you're able to stay in it more and do things longer. And mixed reality has a lot to do with that. Whether you think mixed reality is a gimmick or not, a lot of people don't, and a lot of people are doing different things in it, and it's going to even get better and better. Until we get to that point where it's going to get closer to like what the Apple Vision Pro is, when we have
I
that
think
mix.
developers are making strides. Right, tomorrow morning we have a video dropping on our channel about a game that's coming to mixed reality, coming to the Quest. Probably not to the end of this year. We don't know a date yet, but
Yep.
It's another great example of what can be done with color pass through on a mixed reality headset. This game was supposed to be a co-location only game that's now turned into a Quest game that you can just put on your Quest headset anywhere. And I'm super excited for it. We had so much fun.
Yeah, that's a cool game. I mean, I love mixed reality is cool, man. It is pretty amazing, and being able to be in your own space and see things, plus have the virtual overlays is awesome. So the other night, 2 nights ago, myself and Brad got in and wanted to try some experiments in our Apple Vision Pros, and we did share play D. And we were able to we got into a call, a FaceTime call with our personas.
Mhm.
And Todd, can you grab that off Twitter so we can show people?
I'll see if I can download it from Twitter.
Yeah. So we were able to grab personas.
Brad, if
to
you're
get
secretly watching, send it to me in Discord.
I think he's traveling. I don't
lurking.
know if he's traveling now, so I don't know if he's watching. But we got on a FaceTime call with our personas, so we were see each other now, and Apple has done an update now where you don't have to be framed anymore. So do you remember the
Yeah.
whole bad thing with the personas
Persona
was
thing.
you were like stuck in a frame, like a
Mhm.
picture frame, right? You could kind of move around and everything, but you still looked like you were in a picture frame. Well, now you've broken out of those confinements, and you can actually stand up. You can move around. You can walk around in your own space with your personas. So we got into a FaceTime call, and I was able to walk around my living room, and he was able to walk around his living room. But for each of us, we saw each other walking in each other's living room. So Like we started
Ridiculous.
with we started with a game of the Resolution Games game game room, and we played a game of chess. So basically, the chessboard is this, it's huge table in the middle of my living room. VR, an AR table in the middle of my living room, and Brad is standing there right across from me. Now I don't see his lower half of his body, but I see, that persona. I see completely the upper half of his body, his hands. I can see his expressions, and we sat there and we played a game of chess. Across from each other in my living room, and he sees me in his living room, and
It's
then
crazy.
and then we sit down on my couch. I sit down on my couch. He sits down on his couch, but I look over to my right, and literally he's sitting right next to me with his persona.
Tyler
and
Team 21 has a great question.
But could you flip the table and
Can you flip
piss
the
off?
table?
Hell yeah. What is cool
That'd be-
though? What? Go ahead, D.
Nah, I was just gonna say it'd be funny if you could flip it, but then it goes right back to
It just comes back, and you don't.
yeah,
Have
it
to
just
back
comes
up.
back
Yeah,
afterwards.
everybody would flip it over. What also was cool was too is you can do what's called share play, and you can actually. So he had a whiteboard up, in the middle of the room, and I was able to affect his board, so I could walk up to it and touch things and move things, and I could place my own things on there. Was really, really cool, man. It was one of the cooler things that I've seen with it. And again, then we sat down and we watched a movie. So I'm sitting on my couch. He's sitting right next to me on my couch, and in his couch in his house, he sees me sitting right next to him. And then we watched a movie on Apple Play. And then here's the really cool thing: we get in and do Steam Share, and we're sitting next to each other on the couch. We bring up Steam and we play Cuphead. Couch co-op, just like the old days, like you're really there with somebody. And we do it, man. He's playing a character, I'm playing a character, we're sitting next to each other, we actually turn around, we fist bump each other right in the living room. Brad's in Wisconsin, I'm in Florida. How does this happen, Todd? Let's see the video real quick.
I don't know, but I've got the proof.
Yeah, let's see.
That's crazy. It's like
This is
holographic.
such an awesome game too, and it's
I know.
freaking
Like,
tough.
yeah, it is. Look at that. I mean, when we have full body, game over.
It blowed people's mind. And then he just stuck you both on the moon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like half pass through, half VR in that one, and you can change it. And damn, man, it was one of the cooler experiences. Now there was some issues. We had some lag. I had some controller issues. Like my Bluetooth controller was laggy and it didn't want to work because it was off of his share play. But we figured it out. We made it work. And when you're able to make it work easy, which is coming,
right? That's the part that
Yeah.
people need to not forget, is that this looks janky. You only saw the front of his head, not the back of his head. But give it a year and it's gonna freaking blow your mind.
and it's and God, his post, he put that up on Twitter.
Yeah.
And he's
Let me
got
see how it's doing
like
now.
it was almost 300,000
Yeah,
views.
it's around 300,000 right now.
300,000 views on this, man, and it's so freaking cool. It was a great experience, and some people don't get it, right? Some people are like, oh geez, well, why don't you just go to somebody's house and do this? Why you got to go buy a $3,500 headset? Guys, it's not about what I can
I don't
do
live in
with somebody here.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know people around the world. I have friends around the world. I mean, one of my best friends, I'll say, is GT. I love gamer tag. We talk to each other all the time, right? I've only probably seen the man 4 or 5 times in my life, maybe 6 times in my entire life.
Yeah.
But we hang out and we do stuff all the time. If I could, he lives in England, I live in Florida. You know what I mean? But if we could hang out like that, where I have presence, where he's sitting next to me on my couch, we're watching The Mandalorian together, or watch a movie together, go watch, Halo together.
Season
Yeah,
3.
I'm loving Halo. But that's the whole thing. Like I have people that live in Sweden that I'm friends with. I have people that live all over the world. Like, what? Well, how about somebody who lives in Maine and their mom lives in Texas, and they haven't seen them for a couple of 5 years? How cool would it be to be able to sit in the same room with them and see and have presence and not just be on a phone? It's not it's not the same. Like that, it was something special. Me and him had a blast that night, and he's hundreds of miles away, and I literally felt like we were right there with each other, especially when we were
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, especially when we were doing the game, the chess game, because literally we were
Oh
just,
yeah,
we're
that'd be good
staring at it.
footage.
He's
Yeah.
looking at me, he's making moves, I'm making moves, and we had so much fun, man. It was so cool.
He's got some footage on his Twitter page with him and Mike VR Oasis, and they did the same thing. They watched a movie together on the couch, and just the
Yeah.
looks on Mike's face was like, "This is ridiculous."
It was so cool,
Yeah,
man.
it was so cool.
It's just, and again, it's not there yet. Like again, it's expensive. How many people are going to go buy the $3,500 headset? Not many, but we're getting there, guys. That's
I would love to
that's
have
the
an
thing.
Apple, the Apple Vision Pro,
Yeah.
but not for $3,500.
No, and it's not for most people. Literally, I mean, like I wouldn't recommend somebody go buy
We
it.
had the
I mean,
same sort of conversations when the Quest Pro came out. We loved the headset, but we couldn't tell people to go spend $1,500 on a headset. It
right?
didn't do much more than the Quest
And
2.
then
It obviously did a lot better things, but was it worth $1,500?
how long did it
I
take
don't know.
them to drop it? The price on that?
No,
A
not
month?
too long because they knew they
A month?
screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It dropped quick.
Hey guys, we have a $9.99 super chat from Bluebell. It says, so nice to have the three of you back. Thanks for all you do. Thank you, Bluebell. We appreciate it.
Bluebell?
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you and all that you do, and supporting us and supporting the community and supporting VR. We appreciate you.
Mickey Burr says he'll wait for the $1,000 version of the AVP.
Hey,
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
everyone's
with you.
waiting for that. Yeah.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. You know what I mean? But this is the step, right? Like we have to have this step before we get to the next step, and then we have to
Right,
have the
like,
next step before we get to the next
The
step.
$1,000 AVP is going to be the Quest Pro 2, maybe.
We're getting there. I mean, that
It's
is
getting there.
coming, guys. We're gonna have a headset, and we talked about this a little bit on Crewcast this week. We're getting there. Like the Quest Pro 2 is coming, and my question to the to the Crewcast guys was what's affordable? Like if the Quest Pro 2 does come and it has most of what the Apple Vision Pro has, but maybe some of the ancillary stuff that you don't need, like, the eyes on the front where you can see that and that whole display that you don't really have to have. But what if it has the eye tracking and the face tracking? What if it has the great pass through? What if it has, ease of use, the great lenses, the OLED lenses? It has the things that give, the good spatial computing. It has the good things that give all the Apple Vision Pro stuff what it is. But what's the price where you're like, I'm going to go buy it? Like D, if they do come out with a Quest Pro 2 and you can play VR on it, you can play standalone VR on it. You can hook it to a PC and you can play PC VR on it. It's got great lenses like the
how
Apple
am I
Vision
hooking it
Pro.
to the PC?
I mean, I don't think we're ever going to see a DisplayPort cable. I think it's always going to be USB-C. But let's even just say yes. They give you the option to do DisplayPort.
Either way, the display port better, of course, but whatever.
Airlink it. You can DisplayPort cable it. You can USB-C it. Either way, you're going to be able to play PC VR on it. Either way, you're going to have standalone on it on this Quest Pro 2, and it's going to do 80% to close to maybe 90% of what the Apple Vision Pro does. What are you paying for it? Apple Vision Pro is $3,500. What are you paying for a Quest where you can do all of the things or most of the things the Apple Vision Pro does, but you can play all VR on it?
Most of the stuff that the Apple
Yeah, let's just take some of the ancillary stuff off you don't maybe need. Like again, the whole front of the headset
right,
showing
where
the
you can
eyes
see
and
through
being
it.
a
Yeah, that's
display.
not a selling point or anything.
Maybe some of the spatial computing, maybe it's not as strong as a MacBook Pro chip in it, the M2 chip that's in it. Maybe it's something close, but not exactly that strength, but close. But it still gives you the same visuals. You can still do the same mixed reality AR, VR. They have some type of persona system that's similar to the Apple Vision Pro. 1,500? Would you pay 15? Would you actually, let's go this way. Would you pay 2,000? 1,500 less than the Apple Vision Pro. Would you pay 2,000?
Seeing as how I didn't even pay $2,000 for this 4080 that I have in my PC, probably not. I've been bouncing back and forth in my head. Laptop payment amount, laptop amount, gaming. I don't max. I'm fighting with myself here, dude.
1500?
Maybe.
Maybe
Even that's
1500.
pushing it a little bit.
Okay, and this is not happening tomorrow, guys. So
Right.
I know a lot of people are saying, "Well, I just got my Quest 3, so I mean, looking to buy." Let's say this happens a year from today. A year from today, Quest 2 Pro drops. A year from today, and it's going to give you, and you can get it for 19, and now let's say you can get it for 17.99.
I'm in.
I'm in 100%.
For sure.
The only thing I don't like about my Apple Vision Pro is I got to like jump through hoops to get it to play to do VR on it, and I can't play any standalone VR on it. You know, I have a huge library of stuff I can't use, but I love my Apple Vision Pro. I mean, you just saw. I mean, me and Brad spent 3 hours in it the other night doing all that stuff, and it was like it went by in 10 seconds. I love this headset. I use it every day, literally every day. I usually either start my day in it, and I usually end my day in it. And then if I have breaks in the middle where I can throw it on and do stuff with it, I'll try and do it too. But I usually always start my day with it. I usually always end my day with it because at the end of the day, I'm going to unwind down. I'm either going to go watch something I want to watch movie wise, TV show wise, or whatever, or I'm going to go watch YouTube, or I'm going to go catch up on some videos, or go through that stuff. And in the morning, I work on it. In the morning, I do all my morning work on it. For the first probably hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning. Again, it's not a headset I recommend you go buy, but I'm still loving it. But if I can get the Quest Pro and do all those things, and I can get it for 17, I'm buying. If I can get it for $2,000, I'm buying it.
Like
I'll probably buy it, too.
I think I paid.
I spent
somewhere
$3,500 on a
between-
monitor, for God's sakes.
Like I think I paid somewhere between 12 and 15 for my MacBook Pro. So it would have to be a little bit more than that, just because of the whole headset and if I were to get an Apple Vision Pro,
Yeah.
But
I'm
not
with you.
$3,500, dude. Come on,
Let's
man.
see what some of the chat says. Artful says, before I buy any other HMD, I want games and experiences designed only for those devices. Fuck off, Questy looking graphics. You're so pre-COVID. I am with you on that. I want good games that look
We need
good,
more.
that play good.
We need better hardware to do
Yep.
that. So yeah, and better hardware this day means cha-ching, right?
Bluebell's got a great question. What are people willing to pay for a Deckard? And what is? But to me, like see the
too many
Quest,
unknowns.
But the Quest Pro 2, remember everybody, I'm not saying that this is going to be a gaming headset. Like it's going to game, but it's going to be a spatial computing headset like the Quest or like the Apple Vision Pro. You're just going to be able to game on it, just like the Quest Pro,
right?
The original Quest Pro. That headset was not meant for gamers, but you could game the shit out of that headset. It was the best headset I ever had until the Quest 3.
Mm-hmm.
Best headset. And I have every one of the headsets behind me, and it was the best headset I had for gaming. But they didn't want you to game on it, but it did. So the Quest Pro 2, you're going to be able to game on it, but you're going to be able to do everything else in it too. So it's not just, hey, if I can't play games on it, I'm not going to get it. You know what I mean? You want to think about it like a bigger picture. It's going to become an entertainment device. It's going to become your new TV. It's going to become your new, media device. It's going to become your new workflow. You know what I mean? Have you tried? Just to let you know, Renji Bajoy reached out to me last week and gave me the new, gave me access to Immersed on the Apple Vision Pro.
I know. I heard. Have you tried it?
I have.
And
when it releases, and by the time because this is not even released to anybody. This is just a test, basically.
Yeah. He sent it to me, and he's like, "Here, put this on your Apple Vision Pro." I'm like, "Dude, I'm in Canada. I don't have one. Send me an Apple Vision Pro." He's like, "I'll send you a visor. I won't send you a Pro." Like,
yeah, when it releases and it functions with the Apple Vision Pro as a tandem together, I think it's going to be amazing. Nick M says, I prefer not to have a Quest strapped to my face when chilling and watching TV. But Nick, let's talk about a time when things get lighter and smaller, and if we can get to that big screen beyond form factor.
Visor form factors. Forget big screen. Big screen's still strapped to your face. The visor sits on your face like glasses.
And I got to tell
I
you,
can't wait.
the Apple Vision Pro is actually a heavy headset, but it's so freaking comfortable that I have no issues sitting back on my couch, leaning my head back, putting like it's not your Quest 3 with a big ass Bobo strap on it where it's all bulky in the back. You can't lay down because it pushes your head forward.
Right.
This head strap right here, this thing right here, is the most comfortable head strap I've ever had.
Your shit's moving all over the place now.
I know I had to just yell at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this head strap is amazing, and it's super comfortable. Like, and it is heavier than a lot of the other headsets out there, but it doesn't bother me. And because of the way this knit band works, I'm able to lay down in my bed. I'm able to lay down on the couch, put my head back, which I can't do with a lot of the other headsets I have. And literally, I look forward to putting it on all the time. And I don't always want to be in a headset either, but I really look forward to it. Like at the end of my day, when I can go down and relax and go watch, whatever YouTube video dropped, or if I'm going to go watch, I've been watching Halo, the series Halo. I've been watching that. I'll go jump in there and watch 2 or 3 episodes. Man, it's killer. I love it. It's comfortable, and I love doing it. And I'm watching it on a freaking huge screen, like you're in a movie theater. It's huge. This is just the Vision Pro knit strap that comes with it. I have another one because I have a new mod that is going to work like over the head strap, which I'll show you guys. I haven't done it yet, but I have the clips. Company sent me these clips that will go on the Apple Vision Pro. So that Apple Vision Pro just has a knit band that goes around the back. You guys have all seen. This new one gives me clips that clip in the front and in the back, and I'm going to be able to take this band and run it straight over my head. So it will take some of the weight off the front because it is front heavy with that glass, Todd.
Yeah,
The glass
for sure.
front.
And I think the glass front, I think even the aluminum case was a bad design choice. Like, they wanted to make it look expensive, and they want to, follow the Apple Watch has got aluminum all over it with the glass. And that's just how Apple works. They want everything to look the same.
Yeah.
I think it was a bad idea.
Yeah, well, I think, and I think they will make some aftermarket stuff, Tyler, like you're talking about. But for me, I don't know yet because I'm just saying this band is super comfortable. But if I can make this band do the over the head strap also, where it kind of pulls the weight back to my back of my head instead of the front, this band is the most comfortable band. And I've tried pretty much every head strap that you've ever seen in the market, like everything I've tried. For every VR headset, this knit band is the most comfortable because you got to remember Apple does have that other strap that's available that has the horizontal strap as well.
Right.
But it's not the same as this.
It's the tiny little thin thing.
It's the tiny thin strap. It's not this. I
Yeah.
don't want to give this up. It's this. That's this comfortable. Like I won't even wear the other strap because this other strap is so comfortable. So this isn't cheap, by the way, too. Like this is like another $100, by the way, to get this.
Yeah.
So,
Of course,
but
it's made by
shit,
Apple.
but I'm this far into it now. I might as well come through. I might as well. I'm not going to pinch for $100. I mean,
I put a poll up in chat if you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, can I vote on the poll? What's the poll?
I don't know if you can vote. Are you buying a Quest Pro 2 if it'll do what the AVP does, but only costs $1,800 US?
This is bullshit. I can't vote.
It's at 50-50.
Wow. Are you buying a Quest Pro 2? And will it do what the Apple but only cost $1,800? It's not easy. You got to remember that I get it. That amount of money is not easy for people to say, this is my hobby. I'm going to go buy that kind of thing. You know what I mean? And even in today's economy, that money is not easy to come by. Like, it's not like it was, 2 years ago or 3 years ago when the economy was great. We all had COVID money. We all had extra expendable income. We could go buy things.
I don't even look at these like, especially that. I don't look at that as a hobby.
No, I don't either. But some people do. A lot of people do.
I know, but I think that's the mindset that needs to change. Like, this is going to be like your cell phone. Your cell phone's not a hobby. Maybe it seemed like that when the first, iPhone came out. Like, oh, no one's going to buy that. I'm going to stick with my flip phone. It's just going to be neat to see how the mindset changes over the next half a decade, where hobby isn't going to be used anymore for these. It's just going to be expected that we all have one. Maybe it'll take longer than 5 years, but what a day, what a time to be alive.
It is, man. It's such a good. I'm thinking, Yeah, which we're getting long in the show here, and we're going to probably have to wrap it up soon. But I want to say this. Think about what we had a lot happen last year in 2023 for maybe a down year for gaming in general and tech in general. Forget about just gaming. Tech is still just now starting to recover, or not even. There's still a lot of them are still struggling. So the tech industry in general, it got hurt in 2023. Gaming was rough in 2023. VR, flat gaming, console, PC, mobile, whatever. It was not a great year. But think about the year we had. We had hardware. We had all kinds of hardware last year. We had a PlayStation VR 2. We had a Quest 3. We had those glasses. We had all kinds of AR devices. The Crystal dropped. There was all kinds of stuff. This year, we're going to have the Quest Lite at some point. Apple Vision Pro dropped, this year. The Quest Lite's coming. Quest Pro is coming probably within the next year and a half. Quest Pro 2, I mean. Guys.
Deckard, if it ever drops, the visor's coming this year in the next couple months. We're going to see it out in the wild.
And I'll say it again. Pico is coming. I can't say more. I'm just saying, all I can say is don't count Pico out. Like, Pico is not gone. I know that even we reported that, man, Pico might be in trouble.
What the fuck, Pico? But we have learned since that is not the case.
Yeah, I can't say more than that, but Pico is not gone. So, Pico will have news. There are other headset manufacturers out there that will have news. We're going to have more hardware. At some point here in the next probably year, maybe year and a half, we are going to have another Apple Vision Pro headset. Apple is in now. Samsung and Google are going to have a new headset this year.
I forget that
that's
one.
Going to be
the end of the year.
Yeah, that's going to rival, close to probably somewhere in between of what maybe the Quest 3 and what the Apple Vision Pro is.
I think I need a third job so I can pay for all these.
Seriously. It's a good time, man. It really is a good time. Gaming is getting good, man. There's some really good releases coming. We have lots of games. There's lots of games in development. Alicia is coming this year. Tyler's here. Alicia is coming finally.
That's right.
Exciting times. We need some more. We need some more. Big MMOs and in VR.
Some hits is what we need. We need hits.
Hell yeah, and they're coming. There's lots of big stuff coming. So I'll let you guys say on your own. I'm very excited as to where we are now. I'm excited about where we're going. These 10 years were cool. It was cool to see Q2C in that video, by the way. I don't know if you guys caught that.
I did. I wasn't sure if anyone in chat, I didn't notice anybody say anything, but it's kind of nice to be inside the Meta 10-year plan.
Yeah, it was nice to see. Yeah, so it was that one at the end of the video was showing the Quest 3 and somebody from Meta in their living room having screens up. And on the YouTube screen was Q2C VR Gamer Podcast, which is pretty cool. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff to be excited about. So I would say let's celebrate 10 years for Meta, being in VR. I'm hopeful for another great 10 years. I'm hopeful for competition for Meta, to come into the market and do different things. But yeah, it's been a great 10 years, man. And yeah, what do you guys think?
I can't wait.
Here's to 10 more.
Yeah, for sure. I just ended the poll just so that we could get it over with before the show stopped, and it's 60-40 for no, not buying. So 60-40 is still pretty close. So
yeah, it is, and things are going to change. Like you say no now, but when
we'll have this conversation again in 6 months and see. How it's changed.
Springtime they announced Quest 2 Pro, and it's coming in May of next year, and you're like, okay. I've been a year or so with this headset. Time for
I'm going to eat ramen for the next year and buy a Quest Pro 2.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited. There's lots of cool stuff coming. Lots of cool stuff from us. We have a lot of stuff going on right now. It's a good time, D, to come join the Patreon. If you want to come and join the Patreon and hang out with us, we have some new programs in place. D is taking her step as the rightful owner of the Patreon weekly meeting.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's all you, girl.
I love how it gets more and more serious every time.
Whoa.
So if you'd like to join our Patreon, Todd, good time to put it up in chat. Put our Patreon. Thank you, Wes. That's a great point. PlayStation VR 2 has PC coming. The great PlayStation VR 2 headset, which I think is great hardware. One of the best headsets I own. It's coming. I'm going to be able to play PC on that thing, man. That's going to change things too. There's lots of cool things coming. But yeah, guys, if you'd like to come and hang out with us, join the Patreon. A little bit of support goes a long way for the channel. Helps us keep Dee in her pigtails when we can. They look good on you, D. Like you got them wrapped around your head like a noose. Looks pretty
No, it's
good. But yeah, D is going to come in. D is
Yeah.
we do meetings every week, or we try and do them every week, where we get to come in and hang out with our
we will be
Patreon.
doing them every week
We
now.
will be doing them every week from now on, where we get to try and we all get to hang out with the Patreon. We do our show prep, so we figure out what we're going to cover in the show. We talk to the Patreon members to figure out, get their input on what they would like to see on the show. We go over all the details. We have some. We hang out. We talk. We talk.
We
about
give away stuff
everything.
just to the Patreons.
Yep. So yeah, come hang out with us. We're going to
Always
be, and we've been a little spotty with those meetings, I know, because we've been traveling and doing a lot of things. Things get busy. That's why Dee's going to come in and she's going to run the show. She keeps me and Todd in line. She's like, "You guys got to be here every week," and I say, "No, I can't be here." And then Dee has to take over, and she'll be the boss. Bluebell says Dee is going to need a raise. We will. We'll raise her chair up 1 inch. She's a little bit taller.
Yeah, I was
Just a
gonna
little
say I
bit.
would have to get paid for this job first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll double what you're
Give
getting
me a raise?
now. How's that sound?
Sweet.
Nice. But yeah, we
Apple
appreciate
Vision
it,
Pro,
guys.
Here I come,
Yep,
dude.
you're on your way, Dee, to
You're
the
on your
Apple
way.
Vision Pro, Quest Pro 2. You're on your way. But all right, guys, this is going to be it for us tonight. It was been a great show. Thank you to Rafael and Pedro for coming in from VR Monkey. That was a lot of fun. Good show next week. We have lots of cool stuff coming. I don't think we have a guest next week.
I said that last week about this week, and
then we ended up having a
both
guest.
wrong. So
I completely forgot. But I don't think we have a guest next week. But we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about next week. There's a lot of great stuff coming up. And again, if you want to be part of that show prep, come join the Patreon and hang us out and do that. But I think that is it for us tonight. For Dee and Todd, I'm Eric. We'll see you next week.
have a good night, guys.
Peace out. Bye-bye.